Namaste students, I am Dr. Aziz Mohammed Khan from Department of Food and Biotechnology, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss about the cellular reserve materials in the prokaryote. The topic belongs to the fundamental of microbiology subject in BTech FBT third trimester and BSc FND third trimester. So first we discuss about the cell organelles which are involved in the storage of the food in prokaryotes. So the stored food is stored in granules. The food in prokaryotes and bacteria is stored in the form of granules, and the organelles which involve in the storage of the food is inclusion body. So what are the inclusion body? We have already discussed inclusion bodies in our previous video. So inclusion bodies may or may not be membrane bound. They may or may not have any membrane around them, and inclusion body allows the cell to go for a longer period in the absence of the essential nutrients. So when there is no food or there very starvation condition arrives, bacteria utilize their nutrients from inclusion body because the stored food is uh, uh, stored in nucleation body. Cellular reserve materials. Cellular reserve materials are the materials which are stored as food. So in bacteria, there are three types of main food materials which are stored, which are reserved, such as polybeta hydroxybutyric acid, second number glycogen, and third number starch. In humans, the food is stored in the form of glucose, but in bacteria, the food is stored in the form of polyhydroxybutyric acid, glycogen, and starch. Uh, but not only these three are the stored food, some other are also stored food which we are going to discuss in this video. So the first one which I am going to discuss is the polybeta hydroxybutyric acid. Most of the prokaryotes species store their food in the form of polybeta hydroxybutyric acid. So these bacteria include Azotobacter, Bacilli, and Pseudomonas. Pseudomonas. So these are bacteria which store polyhydroxybutyric acid. Some other bacteria, specific bacteria, which have capability to store not only the hydroxybutyric acid but also they may store some other reserve materials. And the example is purple bacteria, which can store polyhydroxybutyric acid and glycogen equally. So visibility, polyhydroxybutyric acid are not visible under light microscope, and the cellular content, the second number cellular content is very in small quantity, and bacteria can accumulate the polyhydroxybutyric acid when carbon rich medium is present there. Carbon rich medium may be in vitro or in vivo may be present, then they synthesize more polyhydroxybutyric acid as a their storage food, and they are available about up 50% of the total cellular weight. They may be present approximately. And what is their use? Their use is uh, the polyhydroxybutyric acid are used when nitrogen is over in the body, in the cell, and after utilization of nitrogen, the remaining nitrogen is stored in the form of stored food in uh, polyhydroxybutyric acid. The second number is glycogen and starch. So glycogen and starch are stored in prokaryotes in the form of carbon, and they store the carbon by osmosis, as we have earlier discussed, and we have read in our previous books. So we know about the osmosis. Osmosis is the movement of molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration. So carbon is stored in the form of by the way of osmosis, and this is the storage of glycogen and stores in the bacteria and prokaryotes. That are the usual storage molecules which are stored. The first one, polyhydroxybutyric acid, the glycogen and starch. These are the main ingredients as a stored food in the bacteria and the prokaryotes. Now we are going to discuss about some more which we have not discussed, which we have not read about them. So the third number is cyanophycine. So some prokaryotes have not ability to synthesize to store the nitrogen which is stored in the organic material. They cannot synthesize nitrogen from the organic sources. So, but some blue-green algae bacteria have capability to accumulate nitrogen as a reserve material, and the particular reserve material is known as the cyanophycine, and it represents about 8% of the cellular dry weight, as it was 50% for the polyhydroxybutyric acid, but cyanophycine is about 8% of the cellular dry weight. Next reserve material is volutin granules. So volutin granules are particular intracellular phosphate reserve material, and they accumulate when specific when we require and the bacteria required to accumulate to produce to synthesize their own nucleic acid, and then they do not have any other desired other stored food, so they use volutin granules to synthesize nucleic acids. Okay. uh, s- these volutin granules can be stained using the dye methylene blue, and when they are stained with the methylene blue they give red color. Okay. The methylene blue is blue, but still they give red color on staining. The velutin granules are stored when sulfate is not present in the environment. There's starvation of sulfate occurs for the bacteria, so they need sulfate. So they fulfill their requirement of sulfate by volutin granules. Okay, but when enough sulfate are present, the volutin granules disappear as soon when the sulfur source become proper for the bacteria. So they do not have requirement of the sulfur, so they do not require volutin granules. Now sulfur bacteria are some non-photosynthetic bacteria such as Beggiota and Thiotrix. So these two bacteria utilize and store sulfur and accumulate sulfur for their synthesis. And when the sulfur is present in the bacteria, They utilize oxidation of H2S. Next is thylakoid. Thylakoid are present in the blue-green bacteria. Blue-green bacteria, as we remember that uh, they are involved in the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so the thylakoids is also found in the plants. So blue-green bacteria have thylakoids for storage of the food. So besides the thylakoids, they have also gas vesicles, chromium vesicles, and carboxysomes, which we are going to discuss in the carboxysomes, which we are going to discuss in the next slides. Uh, and these are characteristic of photosynthetic organisms. So not only in other organisms, but they are found in the only blue-green bacteria, which are photosynthetic bacteria. Some aquatic prokaryotes which are present in the aquatic medium, aquatic environment, they need to establish their aquatic balance. So these aquatic prokaryotes have a particular structure that is known as the gas vacuoles. So these gas vacuoles maintain the counterbalance the gravitational pull for the bacteria, for the prokaryotes. And these gas vacuoles are surrounded by a layer of protein. Okay, this structure contains several bands consisting of regular rows of subunits that almost run perpendicular to axis that are termed as ribs. These ribs are also a cellular reserve materials which help bacteria to storage of the. Now the photosynthetic apparatus. Photosynthetic apparatus are found in the photosynthetic bacteria. So these photosynthetic apparatus are cigar-shaped vesicles which are arranged in a particular way, and these structures have a width of approximately 50 nanometer with length between 100 to 150 nanometer. This is the width 50 nanometer and length of 100 to 150 nanometer, and they are surrounded by a single layer. The single layer maybe have a diameter of 3 to 5 nanometer. So they are surrounded by a layer. These photosynthetic apparatus contain some pigments which are known as the photosynthetic pigments, which help in the storage of the stored food in bacteria. Next is carboxysomes. As the name indicate, carbo means they are involved in the carbon dioxide fixation in photosynthesis. So these carboxysomes are present in the some specific photosynthetic and chemolithotropic bacteria such as blue-green bacteria and purple bacteria, thiobacilli. So these are present in the these bacteria, and these structures are known as the carboxysomes, which help in the carbon dioxide fixation. So carboxysomes contain a specific enzyme which involved in the fixation of the carbon dioxide, that is carboxy dismutase. This enzyme is involved in the CO2 fixation, and due to this enzyme, due to availability of this enzyme, this is the best particular site for the CO2 fixation. And CO2 fixation is important, very important, so that CO2 can be fixed in bacteria, and the stored food can be made in bacteria. So our lecture is over here. Now we will meet in another video tutorial.